Hello everyone, my name is Katie, I am the Introverted Reader, and welcome back to another episode of Trope Talk. We got Jack here. This is the little series on my channel where I pick out a piece of paper from this cup and on it is written a certain trope. We just sit and talk about it and discuss it. I hope you all had a nice and safe Christmas. If you celebrated, if you don't, I just hope you're having a good time, good day. Hope you had a good weekend, drank plenty of water, got some sleep. But yeah, we're gonna pick out a trope from Jack here. And if you want to catch up in any previous episodes of this series, I'll leave a link to a playlist down below. So, let's see. Okay, got one. Thank you, Jack. You sit there. Okay, what have we got? Oh, here's a good one. Middle book syndrome. Now, what this creates too is, normally this happens a lot with trilogies. Like, a lot of times you could read the first book in a series and have it be really, really good, but then the second book or the third book or however long the series is, the ones in the middle aren't that great because, you know, it's just like kind of like a bridge gap between this and this, you know, like major events happen here, but then nothing much happens in the middle. And then it's like everything picks up again in the third book or the fourth book or whatever. And this has happened numerous times with me over the years. An example that comes to mind is the House of Night series. Now, the House of Night series is 12 books long. Now, in my opinion, that didn't really need to be that long, mostly because of the middle book syndrome, because there was quite a lot where I'd be reading one of the books and not much would be happening. Like, I would still be enjoying myself, but at the same time, I'd be like, but yeah, I don't really care what's going on here. Like, can we just pick up where we left off in the previous one? Like, we're just sitting here discussing what we're gonna do rather than actually doing anything, if that makes any sense. I do definitely feel like it didn't need to be as long as it did. I feel like a lot of books in the middle could have been smushed together to make just one book here instead of splitting into two, but that's just my opinion. And again, a lot of times with trilogies, this happens. Like, the first one could be really good, but then the second one, nothing happens. It's literally just a bridge gap between here and here. And like, stuff happens here, nothing happens here. We're all just middle laning here. But then the third one kind of takes off a little bit. Again, it depends on the trilogy. Like, with Ember and the Ashes up here, I didn't get middle book syndrome personally. With Shadow the Fox here behind me, I didn't really get that. I mean, being fair, that entire trilogy is kind of just about people going from place to place. There's a lot of traveling going on. And with Stalking Jack the Ripper, you see them behind me, I didn't really get middle book syndrome from that either. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's the House of Night, and then I guess, I mean, I could mention the series that we shall not speak of, written by She Who Must Not Be Named. But it's been a very, very long time since I've read those. I'm trying to think. I suppose again, it depends how long the series is. I remember years ago reading the Morganville vampire series, and no disrespect to the author of the book because I believe she passed away some months ago, so rest in peace, sister. But that series in particular, I find like, I think it was like maybe like 10 or 11 books or something, and I got to book 7 and I just got so bored that I just couldn't do it anymore. There's a lot of times, especially if your book series is over maybe 6 books long, I think maybe you need to think about smushing things together, making it one big one rather than splitting it and making 2 smaller ones. You know what I'm saying? It happens a little bit with Cassandra Clare's books, because obviously The Mortal Instruments is 6 books long, and there is a little sort of gap in the middle between like this sort of arc ending, and then there's like a little break, and then another arc happens. It's not that nothing happens, it's just I'm kind of sitting here like, I would really, really rather you have maybe the first half be the build-up and then the second half be that, rather than having 2 separate books, if that makes any kind of sense. in the end, I suppose it works, because sometimes the little gap in the middle kind of gives you the foreground into what's going to happen. And then whenever you're reading the really exciting parts later on, it's like, oh, this is why we had to do this earlier. Oh, I get it. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But again, like I said, it depends on how long the series is. If it's a trilogy, 9 times out of 10, it usually happens. But you know, most times you just have to roll with it, because there's always a point. There's always a point to it. But anyway, that's kind of all I have to say on that subject. I have another video to film anyway, so I'm gonna cut this one short. So let me know what you think about this trope down in the comments. Again, I will leave a link to a full playlist of all these videos down below as well. My Instagram and my Twitter are down below as always. Feel free to follow me on those, and if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe already. I am almost at 150 subscribers. I can't even believe that I managed to even get to 100 in the first place, but thank you to any and all that have subscribed, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.